What's going on, YouTube? Mike go back with another episode of Phillies Thoughts. It's been a while, but I'm back because it's opening day 2015. Very excited, as usual, for opening day of baseball. It's truly one of the great days of the year. One of my favorite days of the year. It's just awesome to finally see baseball that counts again. You know, spring training's awesome and all when it starts, and, you know, it's a sign of spring coming, and it's a sign of baseball coming. But after a few days of workouts, you're like, all right, I've seen enough of that. Let's get to the spring training games. And then the spring training games start, and you see the guys on the field, and you're all hyped up and excited. And then after a few days, you're like, all right, this doesn't count. I'm ready for the big-time regular season games. And then they come, and now we have baseball season for months and months, and it's awesome. So I'm really excited. Now the Philadelphia Phillies will very likely struggle during the course of the 2015 season, but hey, it happens. Every franchise goes through this. It's just a cycle. The Phillies, fortunately, were a really solid team in the beginning in the early 2000s, all the way through 2006. They were always like an 85, 86 win team. Then 07, of course, they made their run to the postseason for the first time since 1993. We know what happened in 08 as they were the world champions of baseball. 2009, 10, and 11, they were among the best teams in baseball consistently in the postseason. 2012, 13, and 14, you know, the wheels start spiraling off. They probably should have made moves earlier. They didn't. Now they're in the predicament where they have to do a full rebuild. But you know what happens. I'm still excited for baseball season. I'm still excited. This is part of Phillies history, despite the fact that the team's not going to be great. You know, it's still Phillies baseball. You still get to watch Chase Utley for at least part of one more season. You have Cole Hamels for until he's here. You have these guys like Carlos Ruiz, all these members of the 08 team, guys you'll remember 15 and 20 years from now and beyond. So it's the end, but like in a way, it's exciting to see what they do. I'm not saying I necessarily trust management, but you know that they're going to make some moves as the season goes along and trade off some of the remaining veterans. And I'd like to see what a Cody Ashley can present when Maikel Franco and these guys like Aaron Nola get a shot later this season and get called back up. I'm excited to see what they can bring. I'm actually really excited for Odubel Herrera. I've been very impressed from what I've seen so far. I'm excited to see if he can play. If not, you wasted a Rule 5 pick. I mean, you're not going to win more than 70 games anyway, so you might as well throw him out there. And if he can play and he can be a nice addition that you kind of grab, that's how they got Shane Victorino originally in the Rule 5 draft. That's how they got a guy like Dave Hollins back in the early 90s. So you can get really good players in the Rule 5 draft. So we'll see if Herrera can be one of those. So I'm just checking in on opening day. Besides the Phillies, I'm just psyched for the season. I like watching baseball. I'm excited for the regular season. I'm excited to see who makes the postseason. I'm excited to see what teams make big moves come July. I'm excited to watch the playoffs and the World Series. So definitely excited for that. But as far as the Phillies go, they did announce their opening day roster. Mr. Jeff Francoeur made it. I'm happy to see a veteran like that. Get to see him play a little bit for the Phillies. I mean, clearly he's not the prime of his career at this point, but, you know, it's interesting to see a guy like that. Jeff Francoeur is definitely a great guy, and it brings opportunities for some autographs maybe later in the year and stuff like that. But the outfield, you know, Dominic Brown starts the year on the DL, so you have Francoeur, Herrera, Ben Revere, Grady Sizemore, and Ruff can play out there a little bit as well. There weren't many surprises, though. I mean, Francoeur, I was rooting to see him make the roster. I didn't necessarily know if he would. I mean, Brown being hurt definitely helped his case a little bit because they certainly want to go with the young guys over the older guys. The infield, no real surprises there. The pitching staff, they did pick up Dustin McGowan. They signed him as a free agent to be a bullpen arm after I think he was cut by the Dodgers. But the starting rotation right now, you know, they got problems there. You got Cole Hamels is the ace of the staff, at least for the first half of the season. Then Aaron Harang, you know, he's a veteran arm, and you hope he pitches well enough that they can move him. But expectations aren't high. David Buchanan's been really solid this spring, and the fourth starter, Jerome Williams, got lit up. He looked like the Jerome Williams of 2014, pre-Phillies, where he just got bombed every time out. The bullpen looks like a strength again, so we'll see. But I don't have too much free time. I just definitely wanted to get in here before opening day. Make a quick prediction. The Phillies, they're going to have ups and downs. I think at times they may be, gritty and exciting to watch, but most of the time they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle to score runs. They're going to struggle with their starting rotation. So I'm expecting to see like a 68-94 team this year. I don't think they're shooing for last place like people have considered them, because I think the Atlanta Braves are pretty awful this year. They kind of went full rebuild, and that kind of surprises me because the Braves have struggled in the past few years a little bit to move ahead and really make progress in the postseason. Maybe a big move or two was necessary for them, but to trade everyone was kind of surprising. But we'll see. So I'm expecting like a 68-94 team. That can fluctuate. Sometimes teams that are rebuilding with young guys play well in September. It also depends what kind of guys they get back for guys that they move this year and how the young guys perform. So, we'll see. But, guys, I'm still fired up for baseball. I'll be watching as many games as I can, and when I'm not watching, I'll be listening to them on the radio. So, happy opening day 2015. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the Major League Baseball season. Let me know if you have a World Series prediction. As of now, my thoughts are Cardinals-Orioles, but I think it's pretty wide open. I think there's a tremendous amount of teams, specifically the American League, I think is really open. The National League, I like the Dodgers and Nationals. I don't trust them in the postseason as much. That's why I took the Cardinals. But the American League, to me, there's like 6-7 teams that have a shot to get to the World Series. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Play ball. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great one.